My dear students, in this particular video, I'm going to let you know how to guess the options in the NEET examination or even the JEE examination. I'm going to give you the hacks. I'll be giving you the tricks by means of which you can guess the options in the NEET examination or even the JEE examination. But my dear students, my handfold request to all of you, do not use these hacks, do not use these tricks throughout the question paper, right? First, try doing all the questions which you already know. Yes, and at the end, in the last 20-25 minutes, you can use these hacks, you can use these tricks, right? And I'm pretty much sure these tricks are going to help you out in order to guess the options when it comes to the NEET examination or even the JEE examination. At the same time, before using these tricks in the actual examination, you can take a mock test tomorrow, right? Try using these hacks, try using these tricks in the mock test tomorrow and let me know in the comment section whether it's going to work or not. And I'm telling you, these are 100% going to work, okay? So these are few hacks, some 3 to 4 hacks, which I'm going to give you by means of which you can guess the options when it comes to the NEET examination or even the JEE examination. So let's get going, let's get started. My dear students, the first point, the unit value words that get repeated the most is usually the correct option. Okay, what does that mean? For example, this is the question. The question says, rate of the reaction is equal to this. When the initial concentration of A is tripled, keeping the concentration of B constant, initial rate would be. This is the question, for example. I will just look at the options. When you look at the options, my dear students, over here they have mentioned increases. Here they have mentioned increases. Here they have mentioned increases. So I'm not going to go with decreases. Right? This is something which I'm eliminating right here. Now, my dear students, increase by the factor of 6, right? Increases by the factor of 9. Perfect. Now, do you see something again common in any of the options? By the factor of 9. Perfect. So, which one do you think will be the most appropriate? So, this one I eliminated already, right? Now, among these three, the common is increase. Now, here in this option and in this option, 9 is common, but I've already eliminated this, so I'll go with option number D without seeing the question. So it must be option number D only. Okay. For example, look at this one. I am not reading the question at all. I'm just looking at the options. Which are the common options do you see? The common options which do you see? 158.7, right? This is common. Perfect. So I'm not going to go with C. I'm not going to go with D. Perfect. Right? Now, my dear students, here the unit is angstrom. Here the unit was picometer. Here it is picometer. Here it's picometer. So common is picometer. So I'll go with option number B. Right? Moving on to the third one. I don't know whether you are going to like it. Somebody's going to kill me for sure. Right? Because as a teacher, I should not be giving this video, but I think this will help. Right? After finishing your entire examination, when the last 10-15 minutes will be left, this is surely going to help. Okay, I'm not reading the question. I don't worry about the question. Look at the options. Which options do you see common? F negative, C and negative. No, there is nothing common in first two. So leave them. Among this and this, SC and negative, F negative. Perfect. Right? So my dear students, if you look carefully, your answer is going to be among these two. So earlier, if you were not eliminating these two options, right, the probability was 25% for the correct answer. Now the probability has increased to 50%. Now there are more chances that your answer will be either C or D. And if you look carefully, the answer is your C. Look at the second trick. When there is a relation between formulas and the only difference lies in the sign, those options often tend to be correct. What does that mean? Let's have a look. My dear students, for example, this is your question. We have to talk about the relation between delta H and delta U. Right? Which relations do you see similar here? Similar ones. Option B and option C. Delta H is equal to delta U plus delta NGRT. Delta H is equal to delta U minus delta NGRT. So your correct option is either going to be B and C. And I believe all of you would already know this result. Delta H is equal to delta U plus delta NGRT, right? Option C. So technically, it as per this particular trick, it's either going to be B or C. So again, 50% probability is there. The correct option is going to be among these two. right? So it is option C for sure. Similarly, look at the results. Look at the results. Look at the options first of all. Which options do you see similar? B and C, I see similar. So correct option is either going to be B or C. Now it's completely your luck which one you are going to choose here, right? It's a Tukka strategy basically. Perfect. It's a Tukka strategy. Perfect. So the correct option is either going to be B or C. The only difference lies in the sign. Perfect. I eliminated this one. I eliminated this one as well in the beginning. Okay. So it's option C here. Similarly, this one. This one is the most important one. Most important one. In the numerical options, the value that is the largest or smallest may not be correct. So the largest value in the option and the smallest value in the option, right? The extreme high and the extreme low may not be correct. You are going to eliminate them. Therefore, try to check those options which are close to these values. What does that mean? For example, this is the question. This is the question. I did not look at this question. The question has been asked in NEET 2023. My dear students, which one is the extreme low value among these two? Extreme lowest is this one, right? Which one is extreme highest? Extreme highest is this one. So neither this nor this. I'll go with A or B. I'll go with A or B. I'll read the question again. I'll see some of the hints and I'll go with either A or B. Again, 50% probability, right? The answer is either going to be A or B. So it is B here. Look at the next question. I do not want to go for the extreme low and the extreme high. Which one is extreme high? Extreme high value is this one. Extreme low is this one. So that means I'm neither going to go with this, nor I'm going to go with this. So my correct option is either going to be B or C or D, right? Again, 50% probability, right? So the correct option is option B, right? Similarly, look at this particular question. I'm not reading the question at all. I'm not bothered about the question, but I'm bothered about the options. The extreme highest value is 150. No. Extreme low is 1.2. No. My correct option is either going to be this or this, right? A or D. So it's going to be D, which is the correct one. Perfect. And look at this question, guys. Extreme high. Extreme high is this one. I'm not going to go with this one. Extreme low is this one. I'm not going to go with this one. Now it can be C or D. So it's option C. Right? Again, 50-50 probability at the end. Similarly, look at this one. This is the extreme lowest. This is the extreme highest. My correct option is either going to be C or D. Again, 50-50 probability, right? So the correct option is C here. Look at this one. Look at this one. Are they working? And all these questions have been asked in the NEET 2022. So at least you are getting that 50-50% probability, guys. Okay, highest value, this one. I'm not going to go with this one. Lowest value, this one. Not going to go with this one. So it's either going to be A or D. Now read the question again. Get some more hints and try to get the answer from A and D. And the answer is going to be A here. Perfect. Similarly, my dear students, look at the next one. Highest. This is highest. Nothing to do with this one. Lowest. Nothing to do with this one. The answer has to be among C and D. Again, the question that has been asked in the NEET 2021. The answer is going to be between C and D. Right? So again, read the question, get some more hints, and write your answer among C and D. So D is the correct answer here. Perfect. Right, people? Look at this particular question. Look at this particular question. Again, you are going to follow the same thing. Remove the extreme high value, remove the extreme low value. Get the intermediate ones. The answer is going to be among those only. Perfect. And my dear students, before using these tricks, right, you have to think wisely. If, for example, while writing the examination, you think that you have already crossed 600 marks by your own, there is no need to use this trick. And a lot of students among you, right, if they think they have not reached to 300 also, 350 also, while writing the test on their own, then you can go for this particular trick. And this particular trick, you can use at the end of the session, not in the beginning, not throughout the paper. But one thing I would want from you, just use these tricks in the mock test before going into the actual examination. See whether it's working. I'm telling you, I have checked this particular trick. It's working almost everywhere, right? So you can use this trick wisely before going into the examination by writing the mock test. So with this, I'll be taking a leave. Take care. God bless you all and love you all, guys. Bye-bye.